Hey, morning, Frank and Narendra. I see you guys are on already. I'll just wait another minute or so, see if anyone else is going to jump on. So in the meantime, if you guys want, you can come lie in Development Asana. I'll literally just wait one more minute and see who else is going to join this morning. If you want to, for your Development Asana, you can also place a bolster or a block underneath your back just to give you a little bit more lift. Otherwise, 2 blocks under your knees for support. Totally up to you guys. Okay, let's get started. All right, so coming into Supta letting the arms relax down next to you, palms are facing up. You need to shimmy the shoulders, just making a few adjustments so that you're really comfortable. I quite like starting in Supta blocks under my knees. I just find my hips aren't quite awake yet in the morning, so it just gives a little bit more support. And I'm not so conscious about worrying and dropping my knees down enough or what's happening. Then closing into the eyes if your eyes aren't really closed. Trying not to change your breath, just leaving it organic for a couple moments. As soon as we get told to bring our attention to the breath, we do tend to suddenly try to take control, but do your best to just leave it. Just notice the quality of your breath. Without any judgment, just observing it. It doesn't matter if it's short or sharp, long or deep. And then slowly begin to deepen the breath, matching the inhales to the exhales. 3, 4, 5 breaths, whatever is comfortable for you to work with. There's no strain. Should be quite fluid. And while you're moving through these breaths, slowly begin to observe the body. As if you're an outsider looking in. Starting at your ankles, your feet, just slowly working your way up. Just stopping at each point, observing sensation, and then letting it go and carrying on. You don't want to take too long scanning through, so seconds each time you stop to observe. Maybe this helps you relax a little bit deeper, soften down into your mat. Taking a couple more deep breaths, relaxing even further. And then just taking 3 last deep inhales and exhales before we move. Just remember to move slowly and gently, very lazily, almost effortless when you move. So if you've got props beneath you, just move them away. Taking the hands to the outside of the thighs, drawing the knees up in towards each other, settling for a moment. Drawing the knees in towards the chest, giving yourself a hug. And then just slowly beginning to find a little bit of movement up and down the mat until gradually you come to a comfy seat. Crossing the legs into Sukhasana. Or even if you want to come into half lotus, whatever position is the most comfortable for you, just any seated cross-legged position. Sitting up nice and tall, spine is long. If you open your eyes, just close them again for a moment. Noticing the change from lying down to sitting up. Feeling as if you're growing taller, constantly lifting the head up towards the sky, lengthening through the spine. Bringing the hands to heart center, and dropping the forehead down towards the fingertips, stretching into the back of the neck. And while you're here, if you're working with a sankalpa or an intention, you may say it to yourself 3 times. Otherwise, if you'd like to generate one for your class today, for the week ahead, you may also do so, wording it as if you already possess it. I have, I can, I will, I am. So you're constantly reminding yourself that you are able to do the things that you want to be able to do. Positive reinforcement on that. And then dropping the hands down to the floor, gently blinking the eyes open. And just rolling the neck, nice and slow, using your breath from side to side. And gradually settling on whichever side you want to start off with this morning on your neck. Left ear, left shoulder, or right ear, right shoulder. And tilt the chin up slightly if you want to stretch more into the jaw. You can take which opposite hand to which side the neck is moved and just point it out a little bit more, just helps deepen the stretch. Again, this is for you. Move what suits you. And then inhale, slowly coming up, moving over as you exhale onto the other side. Finding that stretch that best suits you. It's always nice for these neck rolls to sort of move your head nice and slowly, finding that section of the neck that really needs that bit of love. Making sure there's no pain, no sharp shooting pain. And then coming back through center as you inhale. And then slowly lifting up. Then we're moving through a couple of twists today. I'm going to do more of a slow flow than a restorative flow. So just take it easy and move nice and slowly and more mindfully than anything today. So try to find almost like a state of meditation. So in your easy seat, just switch the cross wherever you are. Then just move through a couple rounds of box breath first. Or alternate nostril breathing. Just whatever one you want to move through. If you want to move through alternate nostril breathing, you can take your right hand, just a middle finger and index finger between the eyebrows, thumb onto the one nostril, and ring finger onto the left nostril. Block with the left, and then inhale through the right for 3, 2, 1. Block, hold for 3, 2, 1. Exhale left, 3, 2, 1. Hold, 3, 2, 1. So just moving through whichever suits you, whatever feels good for you, just moving through about 8 rounds. There's no rush, so take your time. You can increase the count if it suits you or decrease. Just balancing the left and the right side. One side is generally more blocked or more dominant than the other. And when you're finished, placing both hands onto the knees, taking a deep breath in through the nose, and then out through the nose. Just give you a moment to finish if you're still going. And then opening the eyes. I'm going to come into Ardha Matsyendrasana. So if you want to, you can switch the cross again. Then take the right leg over the left leg. So step it. You want the foot in line with the knee. Right hand comes to the base of the spine, making sure both sitting bones are on the floor. The left hand reaches up. And then exhale to hook. Inhale, find length through the spine. and then exhale, twist a little bit deeper. Okay, just listening to your body, only twisting as deep as you need to go. If you'd like to drop your hand down towards the buttocks, you can. Might give you a little bit more leverage to twist. Still making sure you're drawing both bum bones into the floor. You can even take a half bind or a full bind if it's in your practice. And then slowly begin to release and untangle yourself using your breath. Just popping those hands over to the left, countering the stretch, pushing away from the body. And then coming back through center, swapping over, left leg, stepping over right. Left hand to the base of the spine, inhale, right arm up. And then exhale, hooking. Inhale, lift up through the spine, and then exhale to lift a little bit deeper. Rocking the hand towards the bum if you want to. Whatever variation you did on the right hand side, find that pose on the left. One side is generally a little bit more stickier than the other. So start to observe those sensations or differences within the body. Keep using your breath to twist a little bit deeper each time. And then slowly begin to unwind, coming back through center. Countering the stretch, hands over to the right hand side, push the body away from the hands away from the body. And then release. Slowly moving into tabletop. Just stacking your knees underneath your hips, your hands underneath your shoulders. Finding neutral spine. Keep a slight tuck under the tailbone. And moving through a couple of cat-cow. Inhale, lowering the belly, lifting the bum, lifting the head. Really stretching across the front side of the body. And then as you exhale, tailbone tucked, chin to chest, rounding up through that spine. Coming into your cat. And inhale, dropping back down to cow. Using your hands, pull towards the knees, and the knees towards the hands. And then exhale back up to cat. Move through a couple more of your own breath in your own time. If you want to do a bit more organic movement, that's also okay. You're looking for about 4 cat-cows. It really is my favorite way to warm up the spine, especially in the morning. And if you are making your way to your last rotation, coming to neutral. And move out into puppy. So I want you to keep making sure that your knees are underneath your hips the entire time, that you don't lose that step. So keep walking those hands, and you only go as far as you can. If you rather just want to drop onto the elbows and stay where you are, also nice if you have a block handy to just place it under your chest, especially if your chest can't touch the ground. It just gives you that sensation that you still are grounding down through the body and into the earth. This one really is a funny pose. Some days it's easy, other days it's torture. Today is the other day. So keep trying to draw that tailbone up towards the sky. Once you can also tuck under the toes, using your hands as well, rooting them into the ground. So opening up into the shoulders a little bit. A few more breaths. Notice how the breath changes in puppy. Naturally, I tend to want to breathe shorter and sharper. I tend to want to get out of it. Three more breaths. And then slowly pushing into the hands, walking them back up towards the body. Coming back to tabletop. Tucking the toes under, dropping the feet down towards the heels, pushing back, lifting the knees slightly off the ground. So you're looking for like a centimeter hover. And then gently begin to push up into down dog. Trying to feel as if you're keeping the chest on the side as long as you can. Even take a moment with the legs still bent. And then slowly begin to straighten up, drawing those heels down towards the ground. If your hamstrings are quite tight, keep a slight bend in the knees. You can pedal out through the legs, feels good. Dropping down to the left and then to the right. And then finding stillness. Making sure the fingers are spread nice and wide. Keep broadening across the upper back, so you're closing off those armpits. The neck is nice and relaxed and long. Shake the head, release the jaw if you need to. Drawing that tailbone high towards the sky. Heels are pushing down into the ground. And then inhale, come high onto the tippy toes. And then exhale, drop the heels over to the left-hand side, twisting into it. You can straighten into that right leg. Your gaze is underneath the right armpit. And then inhale draws you back up through center, coming high into the toes. And then exhale, dropping over to the right-hand side, looking under the left armpit. Inhale back up through center. Stay on your tippy toes, lifting up. And then exhale, settling back down. We're going to move into a twisted down dog. So if it is easier, you can take your step a little bit closer. It just helps you get a little bit more space, especially if you can't reach the ankles. Might also help getting the heels onto the ground. So we are holding it down dog for a little bit longer than usual today. So putting the weight into the left hand, lift the right hand off the ground, reach the right hand towards that left ankle, and then twisting, looking under that left armpit. If you can't grab the ankle, grab the calf. Even if you can only manage your thigh, that's also perfect. Just as long as you're getting that twist. And then inhale, coming back through center. Swapping over, weight goes into the right hand, left hand to right ankle, and then twisting over. Looking underneath that right armpit. Constantly making sure you equally distributing the weight, that you're not falling over onto the right hand side. And then inhale, coming back to your down dog. If you step a little bit forward, just move those feet back. And then inhale, lifting up the right leg, toes are pointing down towards the ground. And then exhale, slowly step it through, bringing it through the chest, dropping that foot between the hands, and dropping the back knee, either keeping the back foot tucked or untucked, coming into Anjaneyasana, slow lunge. So you can either lift the arms up above your head for today, or just keep them on your knees. It might be quite nice to do a more simpler variation. Really try to drop into those hips and drawing the left leg forward and space, the right leg back. So you're finding a sense of lightness. And then dropping that right hand. So if your hands are on your knees, just bring them back up. You're dropping that right hand down towards the leg. It doesn't matter if it doesn't touch. Just slightly twisting into your low lunge. Keep dropping into the hips. And then bringing that hand back up. Holding your Anjaneyasana. And then tuck that left foot under. Lifting up. High lunge. Holding it there. Keeping that back leg as straight as you can. And then dropping the back heel down. You're going to have to do a little bit of maneuvering, so bring that left foot out a little bit more towards the left-hand side. We're coming into warrior one. Keep sinking into that right leg. You want to find the 90 degrees, making sure the shoulders are not lifting up towards the ears. And then inhale, we're twisting our warrior, so you're going to come high onto the toes, left foot opening up. So it's more of a twisted high lunge. Holding it there. Two more breaths. Inhale and exhale. Bring the hands back up to center. Dropping back down into warrior one. And then just holding it for a moment. And then straightening into the front leg. Turning that right foot in towards the other. Might need to straighten up a little bit. So your legs are nice and wide. Inhale, hands onto the hips. And then exhale, slowly beginning to fold forward. You can either place the hands on the floor, so underneath the shoulders, or if you'd like to, you can interlace the hands behind your back. Trying to drop the head, let the head drop, becoming heavy. And then allowing the shoulders and the arms to one day touch the floor. Just finding a variation that's comfortable for you. Even if you want to, you can pistol grip the toes. You're constantly shifting the weight forward into the balls of the feet so you're not falling backwards. And then if you've got the interlaced hands, just slowly dropping them back down towards the floor. Inhale, coming up onto those fingertips, halfway lift. And then exhale, folding down. Inhale, hands to hips. Exhale, hold. And then inhale, slowly lifting up to a nice flat back. Coming all the way up. And then turning the feet out. So your heels are in, feet are out. We're coming into goddess. So bringing, dropping into those hips, widening the knees. You're trying to get as straight as you possibly can. It's another pose that's not one of my favorite ones. And then once you've got your balance and you're feeling a bit more stable, inhale the arms up above your head. Exhale, sinking into those hips. Inhale, drop the knee, hands down towards the knee. Exhale, hold. And then inhale, drop the left shoulder down towards the right side. So we're twisting our body. So you're trying to keep the knees wide. And then using your breath, moving over nice and slow, keeping the bend. Right shoulder towards the left knee. And then moving back, left shoulder, right knee. And then last side, right shoulder towards the left knee. Inhale, coming back up through center. Straightening up into the legs. Bring those feet back in, hands to hips. Inhale, lifting the chest up. Exhale, folding forward. If you want to, just for fun and it feels good and it's in your practice, you can move through a tripod headstand. Otherwise, we're just hanging out in our wide-legged forward fold. And then if you are in tripods, slowly making your way back down, moving with control. And then inhale, halfway lift, coming up onto those fingertips. Exhale, folding down. And then walking those hands over towards the front of your mat. Coming into a low lunge with the knee lifted up, the runner's lunge. Planting the hands into the floor. Step the right foot back, try not to drag that foot. Coming into plank. And then moving through a vinyasa of your choice. Instead of meeting in down dog, you're going to move to stand at the top of the mat. So however you want to get there, it's entirely up to you. And you can move through a typical vinyasa. Chaturanga. Inhale. Up dog. Exhale, moving back to down dog. Step, jump, float, fly. To the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, falling forward. Uttanasana. Bend the knees a lot. Rounding back. Coming all the way to stand. And moving over to the other side. Inhale, arms up above your head. Exhale, folding forward. Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back to down dog. Inhale, come high up onto the tippy toes. And then exhale, drop the heels over to the right hand side, straightening into the left leg. Looking underneath the left armpit. Inhale, coming back up, staying on the tippy toes. And then exhale, dropping over to the left-hand side. Gaze is under the right arm. Inhale draws you back up. And then exhale, drawing the feet down. You can either stay in your down dog, or if you'd like to do a twisted dog. Weight is going into the right hand this time, so swapping over the dirt, which side you start on. And you're reaching the left hand to that right ankle, wherever you can reach. Inhale, release. And then exhale, moving over to the other side. Right hand, left ankle. Also, side's definitely easier for me. And then coming back to center. Stepping back as you move into your down dog. Inhale, lifting the left leg high towards the sky. And then exhale, slowly bringing it through. Stepping that foot between your hands. Dropping the back knee. Untuck or tuck the toes, whatever variation you do on the other side. And then inhale, either lifting the arms up or hands onto the knees. Sinking into those hips. But at the same time, keeping the tailbone tucked. And you're drawing the left knee back, and the left hip back in space, right foot forward. Your hands on the knees, lift them up above your head. And then on your exhale, just dropping that right hand down, left hand down, sorry, towards the right leg. Reaching wherever you can. And then inhale draws you back up to center. Arms stay up. Tuck the toes. And lift the back knee. High lunge. Here for one breath. And then drop the back foot 45 degrees. You might need to move it. Coming into warrior one. You really want to make sure you're getting those hips facing the front of your mat. The knife edge of the right foot drawing down onto the mat. And then inhale, twisting, coming onto the ball of the right foot, opening up towards the left hand side. Twisted high lunge with the warrior leg. And then inhale, drawing yourself back up into your high lunge. Dropping that back foot, straightening the front, turning the heels in, coming into wide-legged forward fold. So just moving it through nice and slow. I'm going to turn around so my bum's not in the camera. Okay, moving into whichever variation feels good for you. Also nice if you have a cushion or something nearby and you don't want to drop down too much, you just place it underneath those arms and let the body hang heavy, let gravity work. And then wherever you are, just taking one more breath. Deep inhale and deep exhale. Bringing the hands underneath the shoulders. Inhale, halfway lift, coming up to a nice flat back, lifting up onto those fingertips. Exhale, fold. Inhale, hands to hips. Exhale, lifting up through tabletop. Nice and slow, coming to stand. Turning the feet out, dropping down into those hips, coming into your goddess. Might help, as well, it sometimes helps me a little bit, just to shift my hips from left to right. Just move, find a bit of movement in goddess. If you'd like to lift the arms up rather, you can. And then we're twisting. So this time we're going to take our right hand to the left knee, left hand behind your back, reaching for that right thigh. And then inhale, release all the way back up to center. And then exhale, left hand, right knee, right hand behind, and twist. And then inhale, releasing, coming back up through center. Exhale, sink a little bit deeper. And then inhale, standing up. Bring those feet in. Exhale, hands to hips. Inhale, lift the chin. And then exhale, folding all the way down. Again, if you'd like to move to a tripod head down, you're more than welcome to. Get really scared doing it here because there's quite a few things I can kick or knock. Ooh, no, body doesn't want to. Should have listened to the first drop. And then slowly coming down from your headstand. Inhale, coming up onto the fingertips, nice flat back. Exhale, lowering down again. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, sinking down. And then walking the hands over to the left-hand side. Coming into that runner's lunge. And then lifting up, so use your core, try not to drag that foot when you step back to your plank. So you actually want to lift it up, almost touch the elbow and then step it back into your plank. And then moving through vinyasa, coming to stand at the top of your mat. And then step, jump, float, fly to the top. I'm just going to do a quick rotation. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. You can heel toe the feet a little bit wider, about hip width distance apart. We're adding opposite elbows, hanging out in ragdoll. Rocking from side to side. Otherwise, if you just want to hang out and be still, that's also fine. Allowing the neck, and the head, and the shoulders to just hang heavy. Maybe it feels good to close the eyes. Just allowing the weight to fall into the toes, into the balls of the feet. So you're not rolling backwards. And then slowly releasing the hands to the floor. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold again, Uttanasana. Keeping the feet hip width distance apart, bend the knee. Sweep the hands along the floor, lifting up, Utkatasana. Keeping the tailbone tucked under, chest is up, arms are strong. And then slowly trying to sit down onto your back without plonking, like I just did. And then, my friend. And then bringing the feet together, we're coming into Baddha Konasana. You want to draw those heels as close to your pubic bone as possible. Keeping the back nice and straight. So lots of options today. If you want to find a twist with Baddha Konasana, you can. And just placing the left hand onto the right knee, right hand to the base of the spine. So you're doing an Ardha Matsyendrasana with butterfly legs for both. And then moving the twist over to the other side. And coming back, center. So depending on your flexibility, you can either stay in your Baddha Konasana and slowly begin to lower the forehead down to the floor. Otherwise, you can take the legs into more of a diamond shape coming into Tarasana and then slowly lower down. It's okay if you have a slight round into the back in Tarasana. So you're drawing the head down towards the feet. Almost as if you're going to rest the forehead in the arches. And just softening down. And then inhale, slowly walking the hands up. Coming to sit for a moment. And drawing the knees in towards the chest. Slowly lowering down all the way to the floor. Bringing the feet as close as you can to the feet, so you should be able to tickle the heels with your fingertips, moving into a bridge. Tucking the tailbone under, and then as you inhale, peel the spine off the ground. So as if you're lifting each vertebrae one at a time, slowly lifting up into your bridge. Rooting down through those feet. Finding that root to rise sensation, release the glutes, release the thighs. Shimmy the shoulders underneath. If you can, interlace the hands. You may do so. You're really trying to push down into those feet so that you begin to lift the chest. So you're not using your glutes to lift you up. Keep pushing those feet, keep releasing. And then release the hands. And then slowly begin to drop the spine onto the floor. Again, making sure you give each vertebrae attention. You lowering down, upper back, middle back, low back, getting that entire spine onto the floor. Enjoying a moment, allowing the back to settle. Taking a deep breath in through the nose. And then exhale, side out through the mouth. And then inhale, lifting up the left leg in towards the chest. Keeping the right foot on the floor, knees up towards the sky, squeezing that left knee in towards the left armpit. And then dropping it on top of the right thigh. We're coming into reverse pigeon. So bring the hand through, or the left hand through that triangle and grabbing at the base of the right knee. Bringing those knees, the legs in towards the chest. And lowering the head, neck and shoulders down. Making sure both the feet are flat, so it's quite active. And feel as if you're pushing that right leg in, the left leg into the left arm, and the left arm into the left leg. Find that beautiful stretch. Then releasing the hands. You're dropping both the knees over to the left-hand side. So it's almost as if we're in the windscreen wiper. You're in that windscreen wiper pose where you're using the left ankle to push down into the right knee. You turn your head over to the right-hand side. It feels good. And then release the foot. And then inhale, draws you all the way back up. Keeping the left foot on the floor, bringing the right knee in towards the chest, hugging it in. Squeezing it in towards the right armpit. And then lacing the right foot on the left thigh, or just at the top of the knee. And drawing yourself up, right hand through the triangle, reaching for the left hand at the base of the left knee, flexing into the feet, and then lowering all the way down. Finding that push-pull sensation, so we squeezing and pushing the right side of the body, right arm into the right leg into the right arm. Feet are flexed, keep it active. Making sure your sacrum's also on the floor, that you're not lifting up. Feeling the entire spine on the floor. And then lowering those knees down towards the right-hand side, releasing the grip. And then releasing that right foot down to the floor. Using your breath as you inhale, coming back up. Exhale to step in. Inhale, draws the knees in towards the chest, hands at the base of the knees, wind release. Drawing the bum bones down onto the floor. You can either stay here, you can move into a happy baby, or any last movement you need before Shavasana. Whatever feels good. And then wherever you are, slowly lowering down. Coming into either traditional Shavasana corpse pose. Otherwise you can stay in constructive rest or heel toe the feet as wide as the mat and drop the knees. You can even come into Supta Baddha Konasana, where we started. So whatever you need, whatever feels good. Just listening to your body. Finding that effortless pose. Palms are facing up. Allowing the top eyelid to meet the bottom. Closing the eyes. Finding an organic breath. It's just letting your breath return to normal. Finding stillness. Just allowing the body these last few moments to integrate the practice. To knit it all together. Just allowing the body to completely relax. Melting down onto your mat. Letting go of any thoughts popping into your head. Letting all the twists help detox the body. Slowly begin to deepen the breath. And taking 3 deep inhales and exhales through the nose. Slowly bringing sensation back into the body. Wiggling the fingers, wiggling the toes, rubbing the thumb across each fingertip. And wherever you are, slowly making your way so that you're fully lying down on your mat. The feet are together. Inhale the arms up. And then as you exhale, let the arms fall overhead. flexing into the feet, drawing the toes towards the shins. And then as you inhale, stretching, reaching the fingertips away from you and drawing the toes towards the shins. And exhale, release. One more. Flex the feet. Inhale, reaching up. And then as you exhale, if it feels good, spiral out, letting it all go. Drawing the knees in towards the chest. Giving yourself one last hug. Rock from side to side. And then gradually making your way up to sit, however you want to, either through a fetal position, to rolling up, or just pushing up. Keeping the spine nice and long. Hands on the knees, palms down to feel grounded, or palms up to receive or share the energy. Just simply placing your hands in your lap. Whatever feels comfortable. Taking a moment, bringing your attention back to your sankalpa, stating it to yourself 3 times, stating it on the inhale, giving it rise, giving it energy. And then as you exhale, just letting go of all obstacles in the way. Taking one last deep inhale through the nose. Getting in as much air as you can, so keep sipping in a little bit more until you feel as if your lungs cannot take in any more. And then just let it out nice and slow with a sigh through the mouth. Bringing the hands to heart center. Dropping the chin towards the chest, forehead towards the fingertips. Thank you for coming to move with me this morning. It's an absolute pleasure guiding you. I hope you have a wonderful Sunday and enjoy the rest of your week. See you on the Namaste again soon. Delight in me, she's delight in each one of you. Namaste.
Thanks, Nicola.
Thanks, Brandon. Thanks, Frank. Have a good day.
Bye.